Have the jackhammer on the bench and see what it's like. So first of all, what I did, put the alligator clips on the mains. There's no short from active or neutral to earth, so that's good. And it's open circuit on when it's just active and neutral. But when I so it's about 8 ohms of resistance. Don't get the old crapulator. Turn it around the right way. And 8 ohms, so I equals V on R, so 240 volts in Australia, divided by 8 equals 30 amps. It's a bit high. I know it's AC, I know that doesn't really make sense to everyone, but it's an indicator that it's probably about right, depending where the brushes are and all that sort of stuff. So it's a good sign. A bit lower would be better, but at least it's not like 100 amps or 0.1 ohms or 0 ohms or open circuit. All those scenarios would be bad, so that's sort of a good sign. So the window here, I don't know what it means, but I see a sort of a star thing in there. Not sure what that is, but I'll work it out one day. First thing I'm going to do is have a look at the brushes. They've got little brush covers. One there, one there. So I'm going to pull these off and have a bit of a look. So there's the brush. It yeah, it's okay. I've seen bigger. It's probably about half worn. Should be right. You can see the commutator down there. Probably can't see it very well because there's no light. I'll go and get a torch. Yeah, must be able to see. So the commutator looks good. So I'm not too fussed about the brushes, or that brush anyway, or from what I can see there, the commutator. This side looks the same, and the commutator in there looks okay. So nothing obviously wrong with this. Generally when one brush is okay, the other one's okay. And generally when you look in there and the commutator's okay, then the whole thing's okay. But who knows? Can't see much down there of any interest other than what I'd expect to see. I'll put my finger in there and turn the armature. So I can turn it around, right? The motor turns freely. So that's good. I'm a bit nervous because the guys who I picked it up from, the guy who I picked it up from said it'd blow the fuse or trip the breaker. So I'm a bit nervous to plug it in and try it out. So I got it all plugged in. I'm going to squeeze that trigger. But the excitement is either going to happen here, it's either going to work, and I'll see some excitement here, or flames will come flying out of here, but more likely it'll just trip the breaker. Holy shit, it worked. Oh well, I'm going to fix this handle up a bit and then I'll take it down the hole and give it a crack. Okay, I fixed up the handle, put a bit of a old bike inner tube because it was quite loose, so it'll be right for testing it anyway. So I mucked out the last lot of jackhammering that I did, most of it. Had a bit of rain the last few days, so got a bit of water in here, no surprise. So now's the time for the rock test. I'm going to bring it down here and have a bit of a crack at this. Hopefully it's good and it'll speed things up a little bit. quite made a lot easier to get a decent load of muck to muck out. So it's good. I'll get my breath back and then pull it out, put it in the shed because it rains. It can't live down here. Even when the roof's on, I'll see, because it still gets condensation on stuff down here, even when it's not raining. It's still a bit damp. Maybe with the roof on it'll be a bit better, but I'll see. For the foreseeable future, I'll be taking any power tools up every time when I've finished. So it's good, works well. I'll have to work out how to maintain it. I've got to put grease in the coupling area there to see what that little window thing is I mentioned earlier. Maybe got to put oil somewhere. There's no obvious spot to put oil, like there's no sort of oil filler. So I don't know what that little thing is. Maybe you undo, it's got a nut on it, maybe you undo that, put oil in there. I'll have to do some research and try and work out how to take care of it. But yep, next job, lift it up and then come back down at some stage and start mucking out again. Rinse and repeat, as they say.